So this is my furnace array. Um, it's pretty big, as you can see. But one thing that makes it a lot smaller, actually, because there's actually 128 furnaces here that are going to be helping you, cook things a lot faster. And the main reason it does that is because of this little machine right here in the middle, which is the splitter. And basically what it does is that if you put a stack of items in here, it will divide it by 4, which 64 divided by 4 is 16. So that means that each minecart is only going to have 16 items, which is going to be dividing the load, and then this is going to be distributing the load. So overall it's going to be faster because of the fact that one minecart doesn't have to be distributing the same load, and it's going to be cooking a lot faster. So yeah, the other thing that makes this really special is that you don't have to worry about fuel, because this actually has its own fuel source right here. So it uses bamboo, and before 1.16 there were 0 tick farms, which were actually very efficient. They can make a ton of bamboo very quickly, but the problem with those is that they actually no longer work in 1.16. So we kind of had to future-proof this furnace array. And we could use bone meal. But the thing is, it's a lot more hassle than I would want. Bone meal like bamboo, then break it, and then put it into the system. Bamboo is a lot more faster in my opinion, but I think overall in time, I think this system right here is going to be more efficient, because you actually have to have a mob farm, you have to craft bamboo, or you have to craft a bone meal, and then put it into the thing, and that's just a lot of hassle if you just want to quickly melt something or cook it. And yeah, so let's actually quickly see how fast this thing smelts. So right here you can see the sand dividing by 4, and each one of these minecarts should actually have 16. Let's see. And then once this hopper is empty, it will actually just go up and start dividing the load. You can actually see it right here, all the furnaces working. And then there you go. You can see the glass cooking, or seeing the sand cooking and then turning into glass. And then if you just go up here, oh, this was from the previous test, I'm almost like 100% sure. Let's get rid of that. You should be able to see the glass. I do have a texture pack on. There it is. You can barely see it, but yeah. And there it is. There's the glass, and it's coming in pretty quickly. So yeah. Before I forget, how this actually collects bamboo. How does it collect bamboo? Basically, it uses these observers that once a bamboo comes up all the way up here, it does that. It activates something, and it activates this flying machine, and it breaks all the bamboo just like that. And then there's just minecarts below picking up all the loot, and it's pretty simple actually. So yeah. Alright, so this is probably the most important part of this build and this tutorial in general. What you want to do, oh, I forgot one thing. What you want to do is get what you see in my inventory is what you're gonna need, and the first thing that we're gonna be building is the splitter. Now the splitter has another important thing, which is the minecart. And now minecarts are weird. Minecarts have a weird way of collecting items. So you see like this, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically sometimes minecarts don't pick up items like even though they should. Basically they only work in like certain directions. It will make more sense after we do this thing. So what you want to do is first just get your minecart and a minecart with a hopper and place it down, break the rail, and then now build a 4x4 area like that, and then just put blocks on the side, and then put pistons just like this, just like that. Alright, that's what it should look like. And now make sure that there's no rail on the bottom of the minecart. You want to place concrete all above the pistons, place a redstone on top of that concrete, and then place any sort of redstone block or redstone torch, anything like that, to power the redstone, and then it should basically push the minecart in the middle. Now once you've done that, you want to break the pistons. That's important. Don't deactivate it, as if you do, it will just like put the minecart back. Yeah. Now the next thing you want to do is destroy all these items, and then just do the same thing but on the other side, and this will put the minecart directly in the middle of this 4x4 block, just like so. Boom, 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 and boom, 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 just like that. And then now, as you can see, this is in the middle once I remove all these blocks, just like that. Now what you want to do after this, this is probably the most important part, but you basically how it is right now. But what you want to do right after that is get glass, get any sort of block. I would prefer for you to use glass. You can use a solid block, but do it at your own risk, because I have not tested it. I have not tested like doing it that way. So yeah, I would prefer to use glass. So just go like this, and then all we're gonna do is be pushing the glass into this minecart so that the minecart doesn't move. So yeah, you want to get it in that shape, just 4 pistons pointing down, and then some glass pointing down also. And then just same thing, place blocks over the pistons, then redstone dust on that concrete, and then now power that redstone just like that. And this one you can just remove the block, and it won't affect anything. Okay, so this is what you should have right now. You should have a minecart in the middle with glass on top of it. So now what you want to do is get a chest. Now this is very important. After you get this chest, you want to see how this kind of aligns itself. So let's put, if you put a stack of items in here and you see them leaving very quickly, you've done a great job. If it doesn't, basically what you want to do is find the direction where it does. See, as you can see, if it's facing north, it works. If you face east, it doesn't. It's very weird. If you face west, I believe it does. Sometimes it's finicky. Yeah, as you can see, if you face west, it does. But in my personal world, it didn't work the same. So just keep that into account, because basically the direction of the chest is basically kind of the guide of the entire build. Alright, so this is what you should have right now, just the chest in the correct area. And then now what you want to do is place blocks on the side of this, just like that. And then just like that. Yeah, let's just do that first. And then you want to get some hoppers. So now let me just get rid of this. With these hoppers, you want to break one block at a time, and you want them to be facing into these blocks that we just placed. So you want to break this one, place it, make sure it's facing into this block, just like that. Oh, just like that. And then same thing on this way and this way. So none of these blocks should be feeding, none of these hoppers should be feeding into each other. They should be trying to feed into this block. Now what you want to do is make kind of like a little mustache, just like this. Boom. And then just like that, it should kind of look like 2 little mustaches. And then place hoppers on all ends, like so. That's what it should look like. Now after this, you want to break the temporary blocks that you placed, and then start feeding hoppers into each one. So as you can see, this is what it should look like. Just remove these 2 blocks, and then make the 2 hoppers go in 2 different directions. So basically place one feeding into another one that's going down, and make sure none of them are going into one single hop. Like, not all of them are trying to go into one single hopper. So as you can see, they're all feeding into their own separate hopper, and that's important. So this is what it should look like. It should kind of look like a big H, and if you've done that, that means you've done a good job. All right, so the next thing that you want to do is place blocks like this, like so. It should look like that. And then place comparators feeding out, and as you can see, here are the blocks, the temporary ones I put in. Actually, this is a good time to test. I didn't really think about that, but once you've gotten this far, just place a stack of any block in there, and then there should be 16 in each one. And if it isn't, redo the video. Not the video, just the hopper part. I'm pretty sure you probably got something wrong around there. So yeah. Let's just remove all that. that, and boom. Okay, so now you want the minecart feeding out on all of these. So basically make it look at the ends of these H's, start putting hoppers around it, just like that. And then you want to place a block at the end of those comparators, and then place a redstone block on the end of that, and then place a redstone dust, and then redstone dust, and then another block down like this and like this. So it should kind of look like that, just like a redstone dust that's incomplete on one side. Kind of. And then now you want to do that for all the sides. All right, there you go. And now all the redstone should be turned on. All the redstone torches should be on. If they're off, that probably means that there is something in the hopper. And if you test it, if you put something in the hopper, it should turn off the redstone. The redstone, yeah. Just like that. So now we are actually done with the splitter part. Now what you want is some powered rails and normal rails. So what you want to do is, I'm using a different block just to demonstrate what is what. And you want to place blocks right there in the middle of the hoppers, just like so, like that. And that's what it should look like. Oh, just like that. And then you want to place powered rails on the basically adjacent to the blue blocks, just like that. And then now you kind of want to make an S, just like this. So it kind of makes like a little claw, I guess you could say, but just like this, and then do that on all sides. Just like that, and that is what it should look like. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is kind of make a glass shape like this, and then put powered rails, or just normal rails right there, kind of finishing this off. And it should kind of look like that. Okay, so I made a mistake. So what you want to do is basically, I made a small mistake. You don't want glass here. You want to place a furnace right below that glass block, and then break the glass block and place a hopper. Oops, a hopper on top of that, and then a power rail over that hopper, just like that. And now basically you want to make all of just this same thing, but on all sides. But what you want to make sure is that basically the next furnace is going to be on the outside of this wall. So basically, if you're going to be just duplicate it on this side, so basically you just do this, oh, and this. You know, it might just be easier for me to build it. Oh, so let me do that real quickly. I like it when all the furnaces are going into the same way, just like that and like that. As you can see, you want it to be pointing in the furnaces, the one side of the furnaces to be pushing out. And I built this wrong. Okay, just don't listen to me. Just like that. Okay, that's what I meant. Just like that. That's what it's going to be looking like at the end product. So now for this side, you want to do the same thing. Boom. Just like this. Furnace below. Oh, no. Furnace below this side. Hopper. And like so. And then this is where the furnace is going to be. Do the same thing on this side. This is very important actually, so that's why I'm taking a little bit more time on showing you why you should be doing this, just like so. And hopefully you are following along just like that. So that's what it should look like. That's what you should have so far. As you can see, all the ends, they're pointing away from the splitter, not towards the splitter. That's what you don't want. All right, so now that you've done that, you want to go, basically, you want to make a row of you want to make a 16 block row of just furnaces. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just like that, and recounting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. just like that. Now just fill those up with hoppers, just like that, like so. And then if you want, you can actually start placing hoppers on the edges of the furnaces, just like that. Oh, let's remove that, and like so. It should be kind of looking like that. There should be no hoppers feeding into this side, just like this. So after you've done that, you want to basically start making a little pattern with your powered rails. After your initial powered rail, you want one rail, and then one powered rail, and then 3 rails, and then one powered rail, 3 more rails, one powered rail, 3 more rails, one powered rail, and then a loop, the U-turn, I guess, and then another powered rail, and then just follow the same pattern, just like this. Now what you want to do is place blocks like so, and then you want to make a little L with these glass blocks. It's kind of hard to see, but you see these glass blocks, they are making a L, and basically these rails are going to be feeding back into this minecart, as you can see. Now that you've seen me do it, you want to do that on all 4 sides, or on the rest of the 3 sides. Alright, so after you've done everything, this is what it should look like. As you can see, all of the basically these minecarts, or these rails, are going out, and then they're doing a little loop-de-loop, and then they're kind of going back into the same rail that they originally came out of. And all of them should be kind of looking like that. And I totally forgot to put hoppers on this side. There you go. All right, so this is an important part of the furnace array done. Now the next part that we are going to be building with is the collecting system, and basically the collecting system, and basically bringing up the items back to you. So what we want to do is go 2 blocks down. Also, I'm building with green now, just to help you kind of understand on what I'm doing. You want to build a little platform underneath the furnaces. All right, so now what you want to do is make kind of the same thing that you did up here. So every 3 blocks, place a redstone block, just to power the powered rails, because that is what it's going to be used for. That's 4 blocks, just like that. So every 3 blocks, except the last 2, because this is where the curve is going to be going, and that is what it's going to make at the end. All right, so now you want to come inside, and this is what it should look like. There should be 4 sets of redstone blocks, just like this. And then on the inside of the furnace array, so you're in between the furnaces, you want to go 4 blocks in. And this is where your powered rail is going to be, and then place a block like right there adjacent to the blue block, as you can see, and then place another block above it, and then this you want to get a lever and then power this powered rail, just like that. There you go. And then you can start filling in kind of the outline. So every 3 blocks, powered rail, and that kind of order. All right, so once you get to this point, what you want to do is actually keep going and go 1 block past this one, like so. So this is where your powered rail is eventually going to be, but you don't want that. So what you are going to do is actually get a chest, break this block, and right next to the block that you placed the power rail on, that's on, basically, I don't know what the word is, corresponding? The word, geometry, am I right? Basically the block right adjacent to the powered rail that you place, right below that, you're going to want to place a chest, and then you want to get a hopper and then feed it into that chest. And then after you do that, this is what it should look like. And then after you do that, you want to place the minecart on top of the hopper, then get your rail. And for some reason, if it does that, doesn't want to place down, if it doesn't want to place down, just temporarily break the powered rail, place down your rail, and place your rail back, just like so. And that is what it should look like. Now you want to do that to all the furnaces. Yes. Alright, so it's been a whole nother day. Actually, maybe a few weeks since the last clip. So yeah, so what I said last was that you should have built this little green bar right here, and you should do it to all 4 sides, and this is what it should look like. The 4 chests should be kind of inwards the middle. So, as you can see, the chest is like on this side and not this side, so you want all of these like pointing inwards, just like that. Now we actually have 2 more things that we have to build. So one of them is actually the thing. Let me get the items real quick. Alright, so this is what you're gonna need in my inventory, as you can see. And what we're gonna be building is actually the unloader for all the items when the minecart goes around and picks them up. So what you want to do is place a comparator feeding out of the hopper, and then just like that, and then place a redstone torch, just like that, and then place a block above that redstone torch, and then place a repeater feeding into the block above the comparator. And if you check the power rail under the hopper, it should be on, just like that. Now you want to do the same thing on this side. Now the back side is going to be a bit different. So yeah, alright, so the back side is going to be a little different. So this one you're gonna be, so this side should be done to the front, by the way. Yeah, this should be done to the front side, not the back side, the front side. And then on the back side, you want a comparator feeding out of the hopper again, but facing away from the chest, so it's pointing that way. And just, you know, same thing, comparator feeding into a block with a redstone torch, block above the redstone torch with a repeater, and then feeding into a block that's powering the rail. Now you want to do the same thing on this side, and there you go, it should be powered. Make sure you place a block right here so that the minecart bounces off and then goes back around. And then yeah, that is what we needed. That is what needed to be done. So now for the next thing. Alright, so this is why we actually made a little gap in the back. We didn't do the same thing, is because this is where we're actually gonna put our item filter, or not our item filter, like setting the items back up into the system, into the chest, so you can easily get them. So yeah, what you want to do is basically you want to place two, let me make sure. You want to place 2 droppers right here. You see, so they are basically adjacent to the hopper. As you can see, they're right here. It's only 2 blocks away. Just like that. Alright, so that is what you should do. I just made sure. Actually, you want to bring them 1 block down. Yeah, you want to bring them 1 block down. I'm just making sure, because now you want a few hoppers feeding into these dispensers, and then make sure you do not put a hopper underneath this this hopper. Make sure you don't put a hopper underneath the hopper that is feeding into the chest. Okay, that is very important. There's a reason there's a chest here, is because for some reason, if there is a hopper underneath this hopper, the one that's feeding into the chest, it will not register items going through it, and it will not, the unloader will not work, which is a pretty big deal. So make sure to not put a hopper under that hopper. Now you want to do the same thing on this side. Just make a little L, kind of like that, and then you just want to make the hoppers, just get another one and make kind of a big line going to the other chest. Same thing on this side, just like that. Alright, and that is what it should look like. Just kind of a big U. Alright, now for the next thing, what you want to do is get a observer feeding, you want the redstone point feeding into the dropper. So as you can see, the little redstone points are feeding into these droppers, just like that. And then what you want to do after that is place redstone above the, or not redstone, you want to place some blocks next to the hopper or to the droppers, and then place 2 comparators and then 2 redstone, just like that. And then after you do that, you want to get 2 sticky pistons, place them underneath the redstone, and then you want to place 2 hoppers, and you want the redstone circle pointing down and the little face pointing up. So now if you quickly check it, if you put an item into the observer, it should spit it right back at you. Alright, now that you've done that, what you want to do is get a just white concrete, place it right next to the dropper, and then you just want to make like a little pipe, I guess. This is where the water is going to be, because we are going to use water elevators to bring the items back up. Oh, just like so. And now from here, you can kind of be a little more creative. For the sake of the video, I'm going to put the chest returning items just right here. So the bottom one is to send items into the system, the top one is to receive it. But really, you can continue this water wherever you want. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you want like this chest to, you know, you have a place where you want the chest to drop. Like you can send items here, but like when you cook something, you can send the items somewhere else. I don't know, you can do whatever you want, but for the sake of the video, we are going to be doing this. So what you want to do is get a hopper. Let me go like this. So you want to go about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go 10 blocks up on like this. So kind of like a bowl, and then one side should be kind of falling out like this, just like that. You see how it kind of comes out like that? That is what you want. I forgot, you want to put hoppers here. So there should be 4 hoppers feeding into the chest, just like so. And then you want to get a sign. Get a sign and place a place a sign right here and right here, right below the 2 starting hoppers. Excuse me, no, it should not be looking like this. It should be looking like this. Just like that. There you go. So now if you throw an item in there, I did not think that through, but if you throw an item, it should feed into the hoppers. Just like so. Now what you want to do is actually get some kelp. And what we're going to be doing is turning these this water into solid water by putting kelp in. Just like so. And then once you want to fill the kelp all the way up the tunnel, as you can see, just like that. And then after you do that, you want to quickly replace these bottom 2 concrete to soul sand, just like so. And the kelp should break, and then you can just kind of see it flying around, just like so, just like that. And then you just want to put a little cap so that items don't be aren't flying anywhere. So now, if you quickly want to check it, you can place like a stack of items into these droppers just to make sure that the item elevator is working, and then you can see all the items flowing in, just like that. I put like what, 21, and yep, 21 kelp came back. And so yeah, so one thing I forgot to do, by the way, is that you want to place redstone blocks above these powered rails, just like that. So there should be what, 4, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 5. And just do a little simple design just like this. You don't have to use redstone blocks. I am, just because it's more simpler, and redstone's somewhat easy to come by. So you can just put a block over it and then just power it with a lever, like what I did over here, lever. But I'm just going to be using redstone blocks, just like so. So I have recorded this clip so many times, and I am tired of getting it wrong. So hopefully I get it right this time. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is actually get glass panes right here. And as you can see, there's a thing down there, but we're going to be building that in a second. So what you're going to want to do is actually place these glass panes all along these hoppers right here. And you want to do this on both sides. Sorry, that was a test. And then now what you want to do is also place a some concrete right adjacent to the hoppers, just like I'm doing, and it should look like so. And then you want to also do this on the other side. Alright, so now you should have this on both sides on the back of this machine, like behind the chests. That's where it should be. Now after you do that, you want to place 2 chests above the first glass pane, and then a sign on top of on the top chest, just like this. Do the same thing on this side. So now you want to place a glass here, and then you want to make kind of a big hook, just like so, just like that. As you can see, there's a big hook right here. And then now you want to go one more layer up, this time actually complete the hook, or the U. Now it's a U. And then you want to go one more layer, just like so. And then you want to place 2 glass blocks in the middle, just like that. And then that's that part. So there should be one hole right here. And yeah, now you want to do the same thing on this side. Let me do it one more time. So you want to make a big hook. That one is bigger, like this. Make sure there is space right here. And then you want to go one more time over, but this time you want to complete the hook. And then one more time up. And then 2 blocks from the bottom one to here. So now there should only be one hole here. Also, I forgot to mention, you want to take these a few blocks down. So I forgot to tell you how far to go down. So from the concrete, from this, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So as you can see, it's 24 blocks from that white concrete to this white concrete right here. Of course, we're going to be building this right now. Now that you have done this, what you want to do is actually bring this block all the way down. Oops. To here. Let's just put it, let's just put it here for now. Now you want to basically make a big tube all the way down. So you should have like a big tube just like this. Also build one on the other side. Alright, so now that you have built this tube down to here, what we're going to be building next is actually this white concrete platform. So from this glass block, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then from this one, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're gonna be, this side's gonna be 13 blocks, this side's gonna be 14, and I think it should end up being 41 blocks. So yeah, so now you have this line. So from this one it's 14 blocks, from this one it's 13. It should be like that. Now there should be a 13 block width counting from this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that is how long it should be. So now 14 plus 13 is what, 27, I believe. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Perfect. So it should be a 13 by 41 area. And then now you just want to connect the 2 sides just like so. And then you will get a big platform. Once you get the platform area, what you want to do next is actually fill it in. But do not fill in these 2 lines. So these will be open. These will be open because we're going to be putting redstone blocks or any way of powering them right here, because we're actually going to be putting minecart rails along this entire platform. So what you want to do is actually make sure that these lines, so one from the end on both sides and then the middle one, so it should be 4 by 4. So by the end of you building everything, this should be your end product. 3 lines of redstone blocks, or just a way of powering them. And yeah, this is what it should look like. And then you should have the white glass tube adjacent to the white platform. So now that we have built that, what we're actually going to be building next is actually I say actually a lot, a unloader. And then what you want to do is actually place, we're gonna be building 2 of them at the ends of this big platform. So what we want to do is actually place a chest right here, right below the white platform, and then a hopper on top, a white concrete adjacent to the chest, and then a comparator reading outside or away from the hopper, and then block, redstone torch, block above the redstone torch, repeater, and then another block, and then you can just place a powered rail right here and here. Now you want to do this on the other end. Alright, so now that you have one on both ends, we're actually going to be building one also in the middle, because the middle is of course 2 blocks, so we're actually going to be building 2 of them. So same way, these should not be connecting, so make sure you shift click on a block, because if you don't, and if you shift click on a chest, it will just connect. So make sure you shift click a chest on a block, and then it will keep them separate just like this. And then you want to get a hopper, of course above them, same thing, white concrete, comparators, not repeaters, redstone torches, blocks above those redstone torches, repeaters, and then blocks. And then this is going to be a little tricky, but what you want to do is do something like this. There you go. And then that's how you kind of do it. And then now that's what it should be. And then also you want to place rails right here and here. So now that you have done that, this becomes the more tedious part. So first I want you to measure how far this distance is. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. So this is 19 blocks. So basically what we want to do is actually go 8 blocks this side, 8 blocks this side, and see where it ends up in the middle. These 2 sides are definitely going to be different. So the one that is what did I say, 19 blocks or 18 blocks? 18 blocks. This side that is 18 blocks, you want to do first, just to follow along with me. And this is what we're going to do. Just basically place powered rails all on top of the redstone blocks. And then you want to make little U-turns every single time, just like this. Now I do recommend, if you have the gold for it, you can just make these at least all the ones that aren't churning into gold rails, because it will sometimes, the minecarts below will just stop running because of chunk loading, and if you have just all powered rails, that won't happen. But of course, if you don't, this way it will work too. Just every now and then go and check on your bamboo farm. All right, so what you want to do is actually kind of, once you start building a little bit on one side, you want to start actually working on the other one, because sometimes it meets up in a weird way. And honestly, I don't even know, I've done this so many times, just re-recording this part, but I don't want to mess up. So just go one by one. I think you should. You should go by one. So this is 6 already. So let's do the same thing. Let's go 6. 6 things. So as you can see, there's 3 U-turns. There's also 3 U-turns right here. So now we just want to do one by one. So you do one side, just like this, and then start doing the same thing on this side. All right, so if you continue just doing each one by one, you should start seeing how it's actually going to end up. This was what I was talking about. There's a 3 block, or there's going to be a middle block, so one side is going to be slightly longer by 1 block than the other, and that is where you kind of have to know what you're thinking. So what you actually want to do is that if the one side is reaching to the middle, you can choose which side you want to end. So this is what you should end up with at the end of your 18 block width. You should come to here. Now I'm gonna do this side, so what you can do is just place another powered rail, and then place a block at the end of that power rail, and then you want to place a rail like this, what we've been doing, and then you should get a little U-turn, and then this one is gonna end over here, just like so. and then that is what it should be. That's like the end of it. That's what it should be. So now you actually want to do the same thing on this side. So what I recommend you do is go 3 U-turns. So it should it's kind of weird what I'm talking about. Oh my god. So it should be kind of looking like this, and then like another U-turn, and then another U-turn. So first just do 3 U-turns and then see where you are. So this is what I mean by U-turns. As you can see, there's 3 U-turns here, and then as you can see, this is actually going to have a middle, which is great. I think it might be ending up back there. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, see, this one will go down, and then it'll go around. Oh no, yeah, they'll both end up right here, as you can see, right here, because this one is gonna keep going, and it's just gonna simply make, they're gonna end up exactly where they should be. So that side is not gonna be like that. This side will be like that. And there is a reason for the different lengths. It's just to make everything fit over here, because yeah. So as you can see, you see that this one ended right here, and then if you continue with this one, it will do the exact same thing, just like so, and like that. Oh, and that is what it should be like. So this side should end with 4 U-turns. It should be the middle. 4 U-turns from this one, it will be the middle. This one's gonna be 5 U-turns, and then there's gonna be a block, and this one's gonna be 4 U-turns, and then there's gonna be 4 U-turns, then that, and then 5 U-turns to this one. So yeah, now that you have built that, that is probably the most annoying part. But now what we're gonna be doing next is actually building the elevator up to bring the items up there to the system. So we want is a droppers, observers, a sticky piston, and then now that you have that, actually let's start with the hoppers. What you want to do is get a block, just like this, and then you want to get a hopper from this one. Make sure that this one is only feeding to this one, or is feeding into this one, and this chest is going to be feeding into another. These should not be connecting. They should be going in complete opposite directions. So as you can see, that is what it should look like. Make sure that the little ends are pointing that way. I have arrows on mine to tell you more specifically, but you probably will not. As you can see, these are not connected, and these are going to be feeding into each other. So now that you've done that, you want to do this also on this side. But actually, before we do that, let's make this little elevator. So basically, you want a dropper right here, because these hoppers actually are going to be feeding into these droppers. So now that you have those droppers placed, you can actually start doing this. Also, don't just connect like a hopper and remove this chest. There is a reason. I don't know why. For some reason, if there's a hopper just right below this, the comparator will not read that items going through that hopper. So yes, make sure you do have a chest in the middle of the hoppers. That is important. So now that you have done that, what you want to do is actually place a white concrete right below the dropper, and then get some glass blocks, and then you just, you know, fill in, make sure that there's no way for items to get out and things like that. So now that you've done that, you want to place a block right next to the dropper, and then a comparator right there, and then you want to place another block, a redstone dust on top, a piston with an observer facing, with the redstone part facing down, and then now you right above the dropper, you might have to get into a funny position. Here's a way. You want this observer, so you want the face of the observer facing down, and then the face of this, and the redstone part of this facing down. So the two faces will connect, and then it will make a redstone clock. And if you quickly check, you can place any items in there, and then they should be spit out, just like so. Now you want to do this on this one. Alright, so now that you have these little tubes, you want to get kelp, and then you want to get a water bucket, and then what you want to do is actually place water right here, just like so, and then it should stop because of the sign that we placed. Now you want to do the same thing on this side. Oh, not like that. like right here. So this should be flowing out, and it should also be going down. And then what you want to do is get your kelp and then place the kelp right here, and then just start coming up just like so. And then you also want to do this on the other side. All right, so now that you have water and kelp in between all of these, well, you have water and kelp in the tubes. Now what you want to do is actually quickly replace this concrete block that we have with a soul sand, just like so. And then all the concrete should break, and then it should start flying up, and then you just want to pick that up. And now actually, if you want, you can actually cap off just like that. Do the same thing on this side. You can just cap off all these items just like so, and then do the same thing, break the concrete and quickly replace it with the soul sand. All the items will go up, and they should end up here. Yeah, okay, they all went into the chest, into the furnace. So yeah, just beware. This one also may have gone into, yeah, just like that. So now you have that part done. Now sadly, this video is going to be very long because this build is actually a little more tedious than you would think. But next thing you want to do is actually place dirt blocks all on top of these minecart rails. So from here to here, just like so. From here to here, it's a 13 by 41 block area. So now we got to start filling this in. All right, so now that you have placed all this dirt, it's time to make your life a little harder, because now what we're gonna have to do is actually build a cage for the bamboo to not fly out everywhere. So from this level, you actually want to go 4 blocks up. So this is 1, or no, not 4 blocks, 14 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just like this. And that is where you want it. Is this 14 blocks? I guess this is 14 blocks. Let's make it 15 actually. So right here. And then this should, so 15 blocks from here. Just like this. And then, so yeah, you want to go 15 blocks up, but I want to give you a little break. Just don't do these bottom 3 right here. So like I said, you want to build a kind of barrier right here, but like so. There is no need for corners, so you want to do something like this. And then of course I'm just building you the barrier, but this is going to go all the way down, and then you're just going to do the same thing on this side. So it's going to be like this. Actually, there isn't going to be this corner. There's just going to be a line right here, and then like this, and like that. So this is going to be kind of a big tunnel right here, and then you just want to bring these up to this. So this is the height. I think this is actually 15 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Never mind, 14 blocks. That's what it should be. So from here, this would be the 15th block, but of course the plants will stop growing at 14, which is actually the minimum they can grow. So they can only grow, like, they have to grow to at least 14. So now you just want to bring this up all the way. All right, so after you have filled in this cage, as you can see, this is what it should look like. It's just a big cage. It's kind of hard to see, but it is there. You can see the outlines, and there is a 3 by 13 block area right here that is missing, that is supposed to be like that. It's the same thing over there. And the first thing that we're going to do is actually be putting a bunch of observers facing down, like let me get into a good position, just like this. You want to go about 14 blocks with it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, I went over 16, 15, 14. There you go. And then you just want to place a repeater right there, and then you want to just finish. Never mind, you're going to need another one actually. So there's going to be another 14 blocks. Then you just want to continue. 9, 10. There you go. And then now you want to place redstone all above it, just like this. Alright, and that is what it should look like. Now the next thing we're actually going to be building is the flying machine that will be basically taking down all the bamboo. So what we want is this. Let me build it correctly. So you want to place a slime ball or a slime like this, a piston like this, and then another piston or another slime block right there, and then a slime block right next to the piston, and then a sticky piston like that. So it should kind of look like this. And then after you do that, you want to get an observer, and you want this both of these observers facing up. So you want this one right here, and then another one right here, just like that. So that's what it should look like. The faces should be pointing up. The pistons should be facing in opposite directions with slime blocks adjacent to them. And then what you want to do is actually just test this real quick. So you can place a furnace like 2 blocks away, just like this, and then make sure to place a furnace right here. And then you can just break this block or whatever you used to place the observer up. And then as you can see, it actually moved. And then if you do this one, it should move back just like so. All right, so the next thing you want to do is actually extend these slime blocks to like 4 blocks on this side. Oh, is it gonna be 4 blocks on both sides? No, this side's gonna be 5 blocks because this is there is a middle to this machine, which is normal. And then what you want to do on the last block, you just want to use a normal block. So I'm just gonna use let's just use stone since it's right here. Just like, no, stone is ugly, let's use white concrete. There you go. Just like that. And then now it will be knocking down all the bamboo. Now you want to do is you can use white terracotta, you can use any type of terracotta or leaves if you want. I'm gonna use terracotta, but I'm gonna be using terracotta, but you can use leaves. And what we're gonna do is just simply encase all the slime and all the area that you see. So this doesn't actually need it. So basically, this immediate slime right here, you can cover it with slime blocks or with terracotta or leaves. You want to do the same thing on the bottom, just like so. Do the same thing on this side, just like that. And then you want to place one here too and here. Just make sure that all the slime is being covered from the outside. The inside doesn't matter too much, just along the outside. Now after you do that, you can just bring this like so, just like that. And then you want to do the same thing on this side, just like that. And then now if you click this, it should move. Oh, I did not I removed the furnace. Let me stop it. Oh, okay, stop. Nope, there you go. There you go, and now it's stopped. That was a little worrisome. And then make sure you have a furnace or else it will take out everything over there. And then as you can see, when the bamboo is coming back, it actually sometimes knocks it off. So you just want to cover some of this area. So as you can see right there and right there, just simply move it out of the way. You want to cover this part, and then you want to cover here and here, because sometimes bamboo will just fly out and you don't want that to happen. So just make sure that these little areas are covered. You can really tell if you just simply move the flying machine. You see this is all covered now, and over here should be covered. This doesn't have to be covered. Also right here has to be covered. So now what you want to do is actually place a furnace right 1 block up or 2 blocks up, and then 2 blocks over, and then place a furnace right there. And then you want to move the flying machine all the way to the other side, and then it should stop right here. The slimes should not be on top of the grass or the dirt. And then now what you want to do is do the exact same thing what we did last time. Just simply put terracotta on the slime area, and I forgot to turn back on my sound, just like this. And do the same thing on this side. Just simply cover all the slime block, just like this. All right. Now, of course, you want to cover this area, just like that, so that no bamboo comes flying out. Do the same thing over here. Yeah, you can do right there too, and right here, just like so. And then make sure you put glass right here, just like that. All right, so what we're going to be building next is actually the return system that is going to be sending the flying machine back so that it can be reused. So this is going to be on the opposite end of these repeaters. As you can see, they're facing that way. This is going to be on the opposite end. And what you want to do is actually place an observer right here. So this observer, the redstone part is facing that way. And it should be right next to this observer that is facing down. The redstone part facing down, and then you want to place another observer on top, and then get a block and then place 3 blocks across just like so. Place a repeater with 4 ticks, and then a redstone dust, another redstone dust, and a piston over it. Let me just get a normal sticky piston like so. And then now if we can quickly test, let me get back inside. Let's place a furnace all the way over here. And then now if you simply just place a block right here, it should start moving. That should not have happened. Make sure that doesn't happen. Just replace that observer. Now if you place this one back, it should send it right back. Just like so. Alright, so now what you want to do is actually just simply place a block on top of that, and then it will come back by itself, as you can see. And it will take down all the bamboo just like that. Now what figuratively, of course we haven't placed down the bamboo yet, but that's what it's going to be looking like. So now what we're going to do is actually we're going to bring the redstone down to activate this for us. And we're going to be doing a little interesting thing. We're going to be using a sticky piston with it facing down, and then a redstone block, and then a redstone right here, and then oops, piece right there, and then a redstone staircase coming down to this, and then a piston right here. And then now hopefully if we update this, you can simply just place a block right here. It should activate the machine, and that is going to create a 1-tick pulse. So just add another repeater right there, and then you can just add a concrete. Make sure to put this to 4 ticks so it doesn't yeah, it just does that once, and then as you can see it will be sent off, and then the return system will take it back, and then it will be ready for another thing. So once basically the bamboo goes up to here, it will activate the redstone, and then it will break it all down. Quickly test it one more time with the repeater this time. Oh, okay, that's what I thought would happen. So after you place a repeater here, make sure to place a repeater here also. Set it to 4 ticks, and you can quickly test it again to make sure that it doesn't do that thing again. There you go. So make sure to place a repeater there to 4 ticks. If you don't, it will break, and then you have to kind of reset it. So just make sure you put a repeater right there at 4 ticks. Alright, so we're almost done. I know this video is very long, but we are almost done, and I promise you it will be worth it. So what you're going to want next is actually just some blocks and a glass pane. And then what you want to do is basically build this same kind of design on this side too. Make sure don't do it on every side, just the next side, just like this. Just like so. And then now that you have this side and this side, you also want to do it on this side. And yeah. Alright, so now that you have these on all the sides, so there should be 4 in total right there. Now you want to actually place a white concrete on these ones too. So let me do this. And then you want to place the white concrete right adjacent to the hoppers, and then place glass panes on top of the white concrete. And then you want to do this on this side too. Actually on this side and this side and this side. Alright, so on this side you should have glass panes on top of the hoppers. On this one it should not. And this is going to be a repeating pattern. Oh, I did not do it on this side, but yes, you want to make sure it is a repeating pattern. All right, so after you've done that, you want to get some chests and actually start placing them on this. You actually want to start placing them right here. So you want to place a block right here, break this glass pane, and then place 2 chests like this. It doesn't matter if they're connecting or not. I personally just like it when they're not. And then you can just place a block like that, and then you can get your glass, your white glass, and then just simply start connecting to them, just like this. And as you can see, there is just a little tube for water to quickly just flow by. And then now you want to do the same thing over here, just like this. And this time you want to place chests right here and right here. So yeah, at the end of this, you want a white concrete. You can fill this area with glass, and then you can just fill right here with glass also, and then right here with glass. And then you can just bring this tube down, just like so. And then once again, build the white concrete to the end, and then place a chest here and a chest here. And then white, oh, not right there, white concrete right here. Or not white concrete, glass if you want. And then that's what it should look like. Now what we're gonna do is actually get water and get a sign, and then just simply start filling this area with water. And if you have ice, if you can get ice, I would recommend it to just make the system more smoother, and it's more efficient in a sense. So now what you want to do is, once the water gets to the end, you just want to oh, I accidentally waterlogged that. You want to just continue it, so you can place ice right there and then water right there. And then now you want to stop this water, and then start another water stream, and then stop right here, and then create another water stream, just like this. And then at these little areas, you want to replace them with ice if you have ice. It doesn't matter too much if you don't. I recommend you do. And then you don't have to do this on the hopper area, as you can see, and that was a mistake. Make sure to not waterlog things. Just place water on the edges of this. There you go. Now you want to place a oak sign here, and then water here, and then water here. This is a little bit of a repetitive kind of thing, but I promise it is important. Just like so. Once you come to the end, the water should stop. If it doesn't, just put a sign. But what we're going to be doing is actually going to be putting a little lava pit here. So just simply build a little lava pit. So you want to make a little bowl, and then just do this, and then just kind of cover it. So it's like a bowl, but 2 blocks up, and then just place like that, and then get a lava bucket, and then place the lava right here. So this is optional. You can put a hopper here with chests connected to it. You can do whatever, but this is for leftover bamboo that you're not going to need. It would just be burned. That's a simple way of just getting rid of it. But if, I don't know, if you want it for like other farms, if you want to send the leftover bamboo to another furnace array, you can do that. But yeah, so now what you want to do is actually do everything that we did on this side, but on that side. Just remember to place ice on all these blocks. And yeah, so now that you have these tubes, all you want to do is actually just fill them in like so. Just put a cap over them, just like this. Make sure to do this on the other side too. It will only take a second. And we are done, just like that. Just do it on this side too. And then after you do that, all you have to do is just place in bamboo at the bottom, and then boom, you're done. So I forgot to mention this in the video, but you want to make sure to actually place mine carts with chests right there on those 2 spots, and also right here on these 2 spots, and they should just move on by themselves. And then after you do that, you want to make sure to place minecart with hopper, yeah, on these areas right here. Make sure to do it on this side, just like that, and then they should start moving. And then after your bamboo has grown, it will take a bit. I recommend you AFK at it. Then it will be ready to use. I'm sorry that this video took so long, and is very long, but it is a big build. But I hope you guys can enjoy it, and yeah. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because I am actually going to be coming up with another redstone contraption that I think you guys will really like. And it's just a different way of storing your items, and I think it's going to be really interesting. And yeah, so I think you guys should look out for that. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next redstone video.